What are the expected counts in a two-way table? The numbers of observation in each cell if the null hypothesis were true. Those were all the expected counts. The chi-square statistic measures which of the following? The amount by which the expected counts differ from the observed counts. Hmm. What do large values of the chi-square statistic indicate? One should be suspicious of the null hypothesis. If there's no association between the categorical variables, which of the following must be true? The observed counts in a two-way table should be close to the expected counts. Which is the following is not a characteristic of the chi-square distribution. The character distribution is skewed left. The chi-square distribution provides good approximation to the sample distribution of the chi-square statistic if the expected count is 5 or higher. The shape of the chi-square distribution is skewed to the right, meaning it points to the right. As to the following questions about tests of proportions and chi-square test, are tests of proportions used for categorical numerical data? Used for categorical data. The chi-square test apply to categorical numerical data. Categorical data. Mm-hmm. So they looked at the criminals on probation 1 to 15 age to see whether there was association between the type of crime. Raw data shown on the table. V stands for violent, N for non-violent boy, B for boy and girl. Create a two-way table here. Okay. The number of boys that committed violent crimes is 3. 3 boys that committed violent crimes there. Okay. The number of boys that committed non-violent crimes is 20. The number of girls who committed violent crimes is 14. Non-violent crimes is 7. And that's all they ask you to do there. Okay. Let's look at one like this here. So they fill in the tables here and they want to extend to show the totals on the outside. So we have the totals here on the outside of the tables. Okay, so you got all the totals here represented. So find the percentage of men that were overall who are abusive. So I see 30 here. Okay. So the number of abusive men is 33. The term of observation is 138. So that gives me 0.23. Get it to be a percent, it's 23%. Find the expected number of men exposed to high levels of television violence. Should say who should say yes if the variables are independent. Multiply the proportion overall where abusive times the number of men exposed to high levels of violence. Then find the other expected values, knowing that the expected values must add to the row and column totals. So the number of men exposed to high violence is 26. And times the number of men who are abusive overall is 0.23. It's 91. Gives me 6.2 there. Okay. Now find the other expected values, knowing that the expected values must add to the row and column totals. So if they have 33 here, that would mean that this is going to be 26.78. And then they can fill it in here, and that'll be 19.78 there. And then they can also fill it in here and find that one. 105 minus 19.78 gives me this one here. Okay. And that's all they ask you to do there. So here we have the chi-square statistic found by the formula below. Observed minus expected here. So you have observed and expected divided by the expected. In this case, we calculate our chi-square statistic is 5.74. And that's all they ask you to do there. A test of means used for numerical or categorical data. Numerical data. Okay. So they marked them out according to categories in here. So you have red and no, red and no, red and no. Okay. The table shown to the right summarizes the outcomes of a study that students carried out to determine whether uh, humanities students had a higher mean GPA than other students. Identify both the variables and see whether they're categorical or numerical. Still, if they're continuously discrete. The variable field of study is categorical. The mean variable GPA is numerical and continuous. Another one like it. We did one like this already, which find the chi-square statistic.